Open a map, pick an Italian name, and I bet it shows up somewhere weird. Sorrento in Australia, Naples in Florida, Venice all over the place. And here's what matters. Those copies aren't random. Each name traveled for a different reason, and the most copied one tells us less about Italy than about what later settlers wanted their town to feel like. Start with Sorrento. This one barely spread, and that's the clue. In Victoria, Australia, the place was originally called Sullivan Bay. The name Sorrento seems to have been applied in 1869 when the area opened for housing development, borrowed from the Italian seaside town. That wasn't just decorative. By the late 1800s, George Coppin helped turn Sorrento, Victoria, into a holiday destination, with a pier, paddle steamer links, and later a steam tram. A Melbourne history source says Coppin and Charles Gavin Duffy deliberately worked to make it a resort. So Sorrento exported as a mood, seaside, refined, a bit aspirational, not as a generic town label. Naples moved differently. Naples, Florida is officially named after Naples, Italy. There's a local story that an early surveyor thought the bay looked like the Bay of Naples. Maybe, but the Naples Historical Society is refreshingly blunt. The name helped attract investors by selling in America's Italian peninsula image. And that's a pattern you see all over maps. A place name can be memory, sure, but it can also be advertising wearing a history costume. Naples sounds cultured, coastal, Mediterranean adjacent. That's useful if you're trying to turn swampy potential into real estate confidence. Then there's Venice, the cheat code. Venice, Florida got its name in 1888 when founder Frank Heigl suggested it for a post office because the area resembled the canal city in Italy. Later, the town kept leaning into it. By 1927, it was the city of Venice, with planned development, canals, and a carefully designed image that made the borrowed name feel oddly believable. And Venice is different from Naples and Sorrento because the name arrives preloaded. Say Venice and people instantly picture canals, romance, boats, facades rising from water. It's basically urban mood board shorthand. You don't need people to know much about Italy. The name already does the work. That's why Venice spreads so easily. GeoNames tracks more than 11 million place names worldwide, in a system that huge, famous names become templates. And Venice is one of the most reusable templates on Earth because it promises a whole vibe in a single word: waterfront beauty with a little fantasy baked in. There's a broader rule here. Place naming is often tied to nostalgia and history. Settlers carry familiar names with them, or borrow prestigious ones to make a new place feel older, safer, richer, prettier. My favorite part is that copied names are like tiny acts of wishful thinking. They don't just describe a place, they try to cast it. So why did Venice go global while Sorrento barely did? Because Sorrento works best as a selective resort identity. Naples works as prestige marketing. Venice works as a ready-made fantasy almost anyone can reuse. Familiar names on distant maps aren't just copies. They're clues to somebody else's ambition.